So there we were, a group of friends setting off on what was supposed to be a peaceful weekend hike through the local woods. It was one of those perfect days, crisp air, vibrant autumn leaves, and the smell of pine needles underfoot. Everything was going great until Sarah, our self-proclaimed nature enthusiast, stopped dead in her tracks with a peculiar glint in her eye. She turned to us with an air of mystery and said, "I've discovered the secret to talking to trees." Of course, we all chuckled, assuming she was just being her usual quirky self. But then she insisted, "No, really. They're great listeners." As we continued along the trail, Sarah would occasionally pause, put her ear up to a tree, nod solemnly, and whisper back with all the seriousness of someone engaged in a deep conversation. At first, we found it entertaining and a bit endearing. We joked about how she was becoming one with the forest, maybe even applying for a job as a tree therapist. But as the afternoon wore on, her antics became more elaborate. She began offering us advice allegedly from the trees, like, "The oak suggests taking a left at the fork," or "The birch thinks you should try online dating." By now, we were all in stitches, trying to keep up with the tree wisdom she was doling out. Things took a surreal turn when we reached a particularly large and ancient-looking oak. Sarah became unusually quiet, then solemnly announced she had to have a private conversation with it. We watched, amused, as she stood there, seemingly deep in communication. After a few minutes, she came back to us with an expression of utter defeat. "What did the wise old oak say?" we teased, expecting another whimsical piece of arboreal advice. With a sigh, Sarah shook her head and said, "Turns out, they've been ignoring me the whole time. The oak just told me, we're not really ignoring you, Sarah. We're just leaving you alone." And with that, we all collapsed into laughter, the kind that echoed through the woods, as the trees stood silently by, undoubtedly amused by the whole spectacle.